Hey YouTube, welcome to Tool Talk. On this episode of Tool Talk, we're talking about Ridgid compact vacuums. We've got the Ridgid model R860902 and the R860902B. We'll have descriptions linked below and more information. This vacuum came out about 3 years ago, and this is the brand new vacuum from Ridgid. So we'll do a quick unboxing and do a comparison between the two. This is the tool only model, not as a kit. So it comes with the base unit, comes with a 2-foot extension wand, comes with a floor nozzle, and then comes with a crevice tool. It goes on the end also. So there's all the parts right there inside of our dust cap. Got our pre-filter comes off, and then we have our actual cloth filter. All right. So this model is a tool only also. We have a base unit, we have a 2-foot extension, we have a floor, we have a crevice tool. Inside the base unit, you'll find the filter, and inside you'll find the pre-filter. Today on our review and comparison, we're going to be vacuuming up some sawdust and some sheetrock dust. These are the two primary contaminants that we use day to day vacuuming them up. Smaller dry things. The old model says it's a wet dry vac. The new model is a dry only, and that's what we're going to be using it for. We're going to start our test with sheetrock dust, and we're using a 6 amp hour octane battery. These tools aren't octane. We're going to use a 6 amp hour battery, give them plenty of power. We're going to start with the sheetrock dust. This sheetrock dust is equivalent of cutting about 4 double gang holes in sheetrock. Like I said, most of what we deal with every day in our industry is sheetrock dust and sawdust. So we'll start right here and see how the old model does. We're going to open this up and take a look at the filter. This is with the pre-filter installed just like it came out of the box, and I'll show you the problem with that, how it wasn't able to complete this task, and why there's a lot of bad reviews on YouTube. All right, let's open this tool up and see what it looks like inside. So we're going to move the filter and the pre-filter. If you look right here, you can see the pre-filter is completely clogged with that sheetrock dust. The problem is this sheetrock filter is about 6 inches, about 3.5 inches. So not much surface area right here. So when that clogs up with fine sawdust or sheetrock, this vacuum completely shuts down. So what we've done, the one we've been using for about 3 years, we've removed this pre-filter. And now look at this pleated filter here, all this surface area that you have. When you remove this pre-filter, take it out, don't use it. Just use this filter. The paper clogs up like a normal filter, but you can tap it, clean this filter out, reuse it. This is not covered under the lifetime service agreement. They sell these $14 for a replacement filter. We've ordered a couple. When you get the new filter, you get a new pre-filter with it. We'd immediately take the pre-filters out and throw those away. So I'm going to dump this sheetrock dust back out with just this filter and vacuum it again and let you hear how the sound doesn't change, and it'll vacuum all the sheetrock dust up. All right, so we're going to do this again. We've removed the pre-screen filter and cleaned the filter out that's in there, and we're going to try the same test again with the same sheetrock and sawdust we've got. see how much better performance we get when we take that pre-screen filter out. And I think that's the reason is just a bad design and so many bad reviews on this. But we're going to try the new model, the one, part number that ends in 2B. We're going to try it next. We're going to do the Sheetrock test and the sawdust test and see how it does. So now we're going to try the new model, the 2B. Just the way it is from the factory, pre-filter and regular filter installed in it. We're still using a fully charged 6 amp hour octane battery. This tool is not octane either. And from anything I can see, I don't believe this tool is even brushless. But we're going to put this 6 amp hour on and show you what it can do on the same sheetrock dust and sawdust. So here we go. Okay, so out of the box, better performance with this crevice tool and the way this filter is designed. You can see we still have some big pieces of sheetrock that it wasn't able to suck up once the filter did become a little bit clogged. But we're going to open this up and take a look at the filter and everything inside it. All right, we're going to dump this canister out and take a look at the filters and see how it does. I'm in the habit of just grabbing this one and twisting and taking it off. One problem is that's the same way you take this canister off. So when you twist this filter, you need to twist it because you can twist this filter and open it up. So there we've got the filter. We can see what all came, what it sucked up. And we look at the pre-filter and then the media filter. Now the pre-filter here looks like we got more surface area than we do on the first vacuum. But it's still clogged up pretty bad. Sucked all this up, but it did leave these big pieces, wouldn't do it. So we're going to take this pre-screen filter off, just use this filter, and give another test and see how it does.
Yeah.
All right. So we're using a 6 amp hour battery again. We're using this without the pre-screen filter installed, and see if we can get all the sheetrock dust and see if it still has enough power to pick these pieces up in the end here. Okay, so without the pre-screen filter installed, we did have more suction. We were able to get all that sheetrock dust, all that sawdust, and it still had enough suction to lift those pieces of sheetrock up the shaft into the canister. So pre-filter may be a weakness on this vacuum as well. We'll try it in the field and see how it works and see if this is something that we have to remove like we do on the other one. There, I went to remove the one, and you see how I just accidentally opened the case. The canister, so that's something I really do like on the old model is being able to latch that, because I grab the wand all the time to try to take it off, and you saw just then I accidentally remove that. This is a similar design to the Makita that's out, and originally before we got the Ridgid 3 years ago, we were using the Makita, and I can't tell you countless number of times we went to take the tool off the end and open the canister and just made a mess with stuff. So that may be one drawback with this, or we may put a sticker on here to remind us. We spill it a few more times and then we won't do it, but you have to twist it opposite way the canister does. See the media filter here? A lot more surface area than just the pre-screen filter, but I did a pretty good job. This vacuum sounded a lot louder. I don't know if it came through on the microphone, the camera, if you could hear that or not, but I know you're vacuuming up, and that's not always a big concern, but if you're inside, if you want to buy this to use in your house, this vacuum We didn't do a decibel meter test on or anything, but did seem significantly louder than the other one. We'll run them side by side here in just a minute. All right. So in our little test here, we're just doing real world sheetrock, sawdust, that kind of stuff. We're not going to do a water lift test or anything like that. We're trying to show you how we use it in the field and how it performs and how it works the way we use the tool. But when we did that little test a second ago, you could hear this one was louder. So I've got a 6 amp hour battery on both units. I'm going to turn one on, then the other, and let you hear side by side sound comparison. So first we'll go to the old one. So when we were doing our test, we thought this one sounded significantly louder, but as you can see side by side, they're comparable. We put the pre-screen filter back on both of them to let you hear how they run in their stock form. So now I'm going to take these apart. I'm going to show you this is the way we transport our vacuum to site. Take the vacuum, the tool, and the wand. We put those in the box. That way we can stack our Ridgid box with our other boxes. So just going to try that with the new. And again, that's one thing that's gonna curse me. So we're gonna stick this tool down in here. 6 amp hour battery, crevice tool, and the wand. It fits just like the other one. So if you're worried about that, does this fit? This wand seems just a little bit longer than the current one, but it will fit in the box diagonally here. So if you're concerned about transporting your vacuum in a Ridgid box, it does fit. Just a couple more things for comparison. I'm 6'4". This vacuum here, the original model, I can work with it standing up. I do have to lean over just a little bit. I wish the tube was a little bit longer like this. This one I can stand completely straight up and work. So the extra length on the wand does help. This one's pretty front heavy. You know, it's sitting on the ground, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're picking up trying to clean a crevice or a baseboard or something, you know, you're always using your wrist. This one, they got the balance really well. This is a 6 amp hour battery. I'm going to go through the different Ridgid batteries just to show you how the balance works on these. So we'll start with the 2 amp hour battery. Still balanced pretty good. 3 amp hour octane battery. It's a good balance to it. 4 amp hour battery. The 6 amp hour you saw us using just a second ago, real balanced on that 6 amp hour. So that'd be real comfortable using if you have any different experience time. And then the 9 amp hour battery, Ridgid's largest battery. Still feels good in the hand. The way the grip is in the battery does real well. Another comparison on these two models. This Ridgid vac has an on-off switch, like a trigger. Pull it once, it stays on. Pull it again to turn it off. Instead of the trigger on this model, they actually have an on-off switch. Flip it up, it's on. Flip it off, it's down. And, like I said, the newer model, they went less expensive on the price. This is $59, $59.99, something like that. The older model was $87. They're clearancing these out. Most Home Depots have this marked down to $69 if you can find it in the store. $69. You can still register the lifetime service agreement with it. It's brushless. Like I said, we've had that one in the box there for 3 years, and it's still working great. We have bought a replacement filter, but other than that, it works really good. This new model, it's cheaper. It does not have the brushless motor in it. I don't know if when I turn it on here, you can see the sparks from the brushes. I don't know if they'll show up on the camera. The sparks in there. But for $59, it seems like it performs as well, if not better, than the other one here. Just one more thing, talking about the on-off switches on both of them. The trigger here and the on-off switch here, if they're in the on position and you put a battery on, They will automatically turn on. They don't have a safety feature like some of the routers and saws and stuff. I mean, it's a vacuum. You're not going to hurt yourself, but just give you a heads up on that. If you do already have the switch in the home position, you put a battery on it does come on. Old model did that too with the trigger. This you can see, it's on, it's off. With the trigger, you don't know. So somebody picks it up, it puts it in the box, you don't know. You put a battery on it. That's not a big deal, but I think that's the reason they went to the on-off switch. Here you don't know. Here you can definitely see it's on or it's off. The wand here, I do like the longer wand. It gets skinny, but then it flares back out. This is the normal size accessory, so you can use this other floor attachment or any of the floor attachments or vacuum accessories they have at Home Depot will fit this. It goes back to a standard size. Overall, I think $59 is a good value. It's a brush tool. Has the lifetime service agreement. The canister this small, you're not going to be vacuuming for a long enough time that a brushless motor would give you more run time to make it worth it. You're going to have to stop and dump this canister before your battery runs out. As far as this new floor tool, we'll have to see how this does on light carpet. Some commercial work we do, there's already carpet in the room. We work with ceiling tiles and stuff. We'll have to see how this does. We may end up having to purchase a different floor tool and see how it does. But overall, I give the new vacuum, I'd say 4.5 stars. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. Let me know what you didn't like and what I did bad. Really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. We'll try and do new videos once a week, maybe Tool Talk Tuesdays if we can get that schedule going. But thanks for watching.